Here's something that I think about quite often. This guy Francis E Dec. Some of you who are watching me probably know about him. I'd say most of the people that are subscribed to me probably know about him. But he was just he was some guy that people said was crazy. I think he was trying to be on the radio or something. Like he was just like frantically and erratically trying to get certain ideas out. And the way he worded them was like, at the time he was alive, like, I guess most people didn't understand exactly what he was saying. And I feel like more and more people are like kind of like waking up to what he was trying to say, or like they know what he was trying to say and they think there's some like substance to it. And like a lot of the times I think about this guy, I think like for a lot of the things that he said are kind of like true. I should like pull up some stuff. I should actually make notes about this to better talk about it. But I mean, for a long time, like I said in another video, it's like it just seems to me like there really is like some kind of elitist, rich people in the world that are trying to set up some kind of order. It's like the new world order, the old world order, whatever, right? It's like there are people who are trying to arrange culture in such a way where it's like they know how culture and people will operate in such a like a degree, in such a concise way. Like they understand how people will act in such a way in the society in which they live that they can completely profit off of those people who they influence to live that way at the expense of them without them ever realizing it or questioning it. And I think he's like, some of the stuff that Francis E Dec said is alluding to that, right? Like the worst gangster communist computer god, right? It's like before he saw the world as it is today, where everyone is kind of like hooked up to the internet. It's like everyone in the world, or most people in the world, are being influenced or controlled by this worldwide computer. You know what I mean? This he says, it's just like the way he worded it is so, he might be so right that it's actually like frightening, and people don't want to look at it and take it seriously. I think that it might be the truth of it, but I don't know. It's like communist gangster worldwide computer god. I mean, to me that just sounds so true. It's just like that is what everyone is dealing with, whether they want to accept that or not. It's like this technology that only small groups of people have the ability to put in place to have people react or consume it, or like change their worldview or change the way they behave in such a way that's tailored to what that small group of people wants them to like be a part of and integrate with. So they do, and then they're more easily manipulated or suggestible or hypnotized, mesmerized into the kind of lifestyle that small group can then profit off of without them realizing it, at their expense. Like, it's just that simple. Some of the stuff he says is like I guess I don't know, he's racist. He says like racist things, so it's like I don't know, a lot of people don't like that. I think this might put people off, but it's like I think there's some realistic way of looking at race in the world that most people are trying to avoid, because it's not actually it's not pleasant. You know, it's like people are kind of forced to look at the differences between the races and they accept it, or they try to build a worldview about races in the world in such a way that it's not actually true, or it's delusional, and like they're denying the reality. So whatever outcome that presents itself out of their actions, they're not built on the foundation of like a true understanding of reality, so they're like faulty. Some guy's like videoing the parking lot, and he just took a video of me, and I really don't like that. Where I'm in a bank parking lot, it's like, why? I'll probably I should redo this, because there's other things that he talks about. I mean, he talks about like some technology on the moon. There's like a moon brain bank. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff that he says that is probably like, there's probably some truth to it. I think there must be, but it's like too far out for what my knowledge can comprehend. But it's so interesting. Another thing that I always enjoyed is like I think there was something about, like, he talks about like neurotoxin emitters or something, like being attacked with neurotoxin, like from exhaust or something. And that, I always like appreciate that little bit of what he says, because it's like that's kind of like what cars are, or any kind of it's like the exhaust from automobiles or engines, or like neurotoxin, or some kind of like thing that like destroys life. And we have people in vehicles all over the world emitting it every day, in however, like a large quantity. And it's like, if we didn't have automobiles, if we didn't have these kinds of engines that run on, their fuel and put out this exhaust, it's like all of the detrimental impact that they would have on our world would not exist. And that sounds much better than having them exist, despite all the conveniences and the ways in which we can be comforted through the lifestyles that these automobiles can afford to us. It might be at a larger expense than people realize in the long term, in the grand scheme of things. So I think thinking about that can be valuable, or like understanding the reality of that kind of thing could potentially be valuable, even though I don't think that's never really going to change. Cars are locked in, automobiles, any kind of engine, any kind of burning fuel to drive something, that's not going away. Maybe different kinds of technology will come out in the future that will allow us to not have to use this kind of technology anymore, but it's just not going away for now. I don't know. I just think there's something to be said about that. I'll probably redo this one and like go through the things that he said in a more like I'll take a closer look at it, like exactly like word for word and stuff like that. But I was watching a Charles stream recently, and someone said like Francis E Dec was right about everything or something, and I was like, ever since I heard the guy, or like heard the guy in the videos that are like reading his words, right? It was like, yeah, I kind of understand like what this guy's trying to say, despite the fact that he sounds crazy. Um, so I just want to make a video on it. It's fun to think about. It's interesting to me to think about. I like hearing about I don't know, crazy people that like have a worldview that has like very good talking points, or like things that are interesting to think about, whether or not they did something bad. Um, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me that much. It's more about the content of their message, and sifting through that and contemplating that is more important. It's like I like Ted K, right? I like Francis E Dec. Like, these people are trying to give us some kind of warning, or trying to give us some kind of discourse on the potential dangers of the life that most people are like complying to, or being complacent in, or complicit, and so on. I don't know. Just interesting stuff to think about. I wanted to give my two cents on it. Like I said, I'll probably remake this and have a more well thought out and articulate and concise presentation at some point in the future. Thanks for listening.